welcome back to the show. Texas Congressman Mr. Chip Roy. Chip Roy, welcome back. You were one of the originals, if my memory serves me, regarding the voter ID Citizenship SAVE Act. It's passed the House many times. What's the read in the Senate? Do you think, I mean, Thune was on Fox today, Chip, and he spoke very favorably about voter ID and the SAVE Act. Now the question is, we'll get to a floor vote. What are you hearing?
Larry, great to be on. And yeah, thanks for observing. I drafted this legislation 2 years ago with my good friend Cleta Mitchell, one of President Trump's election lawyers, one of the great minds on this topic, along with Mike Lee in the Senate. And we moved that in 2024 because we were concerned about the election for President Trump. We were working with Stephen Miller and others, got it passed. Obviously, it died in the Senate because Chuck Schumer blocked it. We reintroduced it in this Congress. We moved it, passed it out of the House, and we're ready to see the Senate move it. And guess what? There are 50 senators who have said they will move the SAVE Act. But last week, we decided, look, let's add voter ID. The SAVE Act was important to guarantee only citizens vote, to prove citizenship or registration. Let's add federal voter ID. It polls at 80%. And by the way, it polls at 80% no matter what your skin color is. It is a highly popular provision. So we did that. It's the Save America Act. Now you heard John Thune. I think he's feeling some of the pressure nationwide. The senators are. They want to see us act. They want to see us deliver to protect American sovereignty. So now the question is, will the majority leader put it on the floor of the Senate with 51 Republicans sitting there demanding that if Democrats want to stop it, that they have to speak on the floor of the Senate to stop it? Stop this fake filibuster of 60 vote thresholds. Make them earn it. Make them speak to the American people about why they think we shouldn't have to have voter ID for voting, but yet you have to present an ID to go to a sporting event, or like last week, a real ID to fly in a plane. We think it's common sense, and the American people are with us.
No, it's just, you know, Chip, it's common sense. That's why, and I think putting the ID picture in is great. Chuck Schumer calls it Jim Crow. I don't know what he's talking about. People, this is an 80-20 issue, for heaven's sakes. And some Democrats in the election year may have to wind up coming across for this thing. And I think you strike now. You strike while the iron is hot, Chip. I wouldn't let the grass grow on this. I'd go for it right now.
Larry, we're with you 100%. That was my message to the Speaker. That's my message to John Thune. And look, we had Democrats who voted for this bill last year. There are Democrats who recognize that having to show voter ID and to have to be a citizen, that it makes sense. They're going to fight us on it because they want to politicize it. But there are Democrats who will feel the heat on this. I stand with the American people. President Trump stands with the American people. He wanted us to call it the Save America Act. So we added in voter ID, and it's the Save America Act, and that's what we ought to pass.
You know, we just had former RNC chair and former chief of staff Reince Priebus, whom you know, and we were talking about this thing. I mean, you need it for an airplane, for heaven's sakes. You need it to get into a federal office building or most government office buildings. Frankly, you need it for a lot of entitlement payments. You got to show a vote. You got to show an ID, and it's got to be a picture in most cases. So this is nothing new, for heaven's sakes. It's just a matter of voting, and that's where all the chicanery comes from.
No, Larry, that's exactly right. I'm going to say I saw a video where a guy went on the streets of New York and he went to Manhattan, and all these liberal white people went around saying, hey, this is terrible. Voter ID would be awful. It's offensive. Black people won't be able to vote. They can't go get on computers. They can't get IDs. They don't know where the DMV is. And then the same guy went to Harlem and he said, do you know where the DMV is? Yes. Do you support voter ID? Yes. Do you have a computer? Yes. Look, it is the ultimate form of discrimination by white liberals to feel superior, that they think for some reason this is racist. This is common sense. It's pro-American. It's pro-sovereignty. It's pro-security. And that's why we want it, and it's why Democrats don't want it, because they want to keep trying to rig elections.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. Congratulations. You were there first. Chip Roy, thanks for helping us out today. All best.